Dear students, Assalamu alaikum. We are going to carry the chapter 6 from accounting second paper. It is also for your syllabus, that is class for 11 and 12 business studies. This is the third lecture for the chapter of ratio analysis. Today I am going to take a new lesson from the exercise number 2 from your accounting learning workbook level 2. So dear students, you can take your accounting copy, accounting learning workbook level 2, pen, pencil and scale, and also for calculator, because in this chapter in every calculation is related to calculators or measurement or calculation. So you have to take your all instrument for solving on the number 2 from the chapter of ratio analysis. I hope you are ready to solve the creative question number 2. Dear learners, now open the page number 412, that is 412 from your learning workbook, exercise number 2. Dear students, you can see from your textbook, accounting second paper 412, exercise number 2. Just I read it. The assets, liabilities and other information of Mr. Ruhi and company as at 31st December 2017 are given below. Stock in trade taka 6 lakh, accounts receivable taka 2,40,000, cash at bank taka 60,000, notes receivable taka 30,000, billing taka 1,50,000, capital taka 1,50,000, accounts payable taka 2,40,000, notes payable taka 15,000, bank overdraft taka 60,000, total sales of taka 4,50,000, and net profit 20% on total cost. From this system, you have to require for 3 requirements. A. Compute current ratio without comments. Compute stock turnover and quick ratio without comments. Requirement C. Compute net profit ratio and working capital ratio. So dear learners, you have to take your accounting practice copy for solving this question. Dear students, just start the solution of exercise 2. You can see in the screen of my laptop. Requirement A. Compute current ratio. From the formula of ratio analysis, you can see current ratio. What is current ratio? What is the formula of current ratio? You know, current ratio is equal to current assets divided by current liabilities. So, for this requirement, you can take necessary information from your stem. From the question number 2, current assets. In this system, totally 4 current assets are available. Number 1, cash at bank. Closing stock, that is stock in trade. Accounts receivable and notes receivable. You can see in the stem, cash at bank taka 60,000, stock in trade taka 6 lakh, that is closing stock. Accounts receivable taka 2,40,000, notes receivable taka 30,000. So total of current assets In this math, taka 9,30,000. I repeat again, current assets is equal to cash at bank plus closing stock plus accounts receivable plus notes receivable. That is the amount of 60,000 plus 6 lakh plus 2 lakh 40,000 plus 30,000 is equal to taka 9 lakh 30,000 of current assets in this creative question. Okay, another information to be taken for calculation of current ratio. Current liabilities. In this system, 3 current assets or current liabilities are available. Number 1, accounts payable. Second one, notes payable. Third one, bank overdraft. So you can take the amount from this system. Accounts payable for taka 2,40,000, notes payable taka 15,000, bank overdraft taka 60,000. So total amount of current liabilities is taka 3,15,000. Dear students, I repeat again, in this system current liabilities are available for 3 amounts: 2,40,000 for accounts payable, 15,000 for notes payable, 60,000 for bank overdraft. Total amount of current liabilities is taka 3,15,000. So you can calculate or compute the current ratio. Current assets divided by current liabilities. So 9,30,000 divided by 3,15,000. 9,30,000 for current assets, 3,15,000 for current liabilities is equal to 2.95:1. That is the approximate value. In question, without comments you have to answer, but if it is not required without comments, if it is required to comment please, then you can write it satisfactory, because the current ratio of standard is 2:1, but in this math result of current ratio is 2.95:1. So it is the satisfactory moment for the business, for this business. The first one is completed. Now we can go the second requirement for computing stock turnover ratio and quick ratio. Dear students, requirement B, stock turnover ratio, the first one. You know, from the rules or formula of ratio analysis, stock turnover ratio is equal to cost of goods sold divided by average stock. So two amounts are not available directly, so you have to take the necessary information from the system. Cost of goods sold is equal to what? You know, cost of goods sold is equal to sales minus profit. In this math, sales amount is available 4,50,000, but profit on total cost, that is 20%, but total cost is unavailable. So you have to calculate the profit amount on sales. You can calculate it 4,50,000 into 20 by 120. That is the amount of profit is taka 75,000. Now you can calculate or compute the amount of cost of goods sold is very easily. Cost of goods sold is equal to sales, that is 4,50,000, minus profit, that is 75,000. So cost of goods sold is taka 3,75,000 in this math. Another information to be taken from necessary data about is stock. From the necessary information you can take from your book. Average stock is equal to opening stock plus closing stock divided by 2. I repeat again, average stock is equal to opening stock plus closing stock divided by 2. As Opening stock is not available in the system. So how to calculate it? So average stock is equal to closing stock, that is the amount of taka 6 lakh. I repeat again, if opening stock is not available in any question, then average stock is equal to closing stock. So this rule is in this math. Average stock is equal to closing stock, that is the amount of taka 6 lakh. Okay, now you can go for computing stock turnover ratio. Cost of goods sold is taka 3,75,000 divided by average stock, that is the amount of 6 lakh, is equal to 0.625 times. When turnover ratio is required, then you can answer it in times. So it is written 0.625 times for stock turnover ratio in this math. Okay, requirement B, second part, quick ratio, that is liquid ratio or is acid test ratio. Quick ratio or acid test ratio is equal to quick asset divided by current liabilities. Quick assets, this is not available in this math, but you can take necessary information for this. Quick assets is equal to current assets minus stock and prepaid expenses, but in this math prepaid expenses is unavailable. So in this math, quick asset is equal to current assets minus stock in trade, that is closing stock. From the requirement A, current assets is equal to 9,30,000 minus stock in trade, that is the from stem, taka 6 lakh. So quick assets is taka 3,30,000. Quick assets is taka 30,000. Okay, another item for this ratio, quick ratio, current liabilities. From the first requirement, you can take current liabilities taka 3,15,000. Now you can go for computing quick ratio is equal to 3,30,000 divided by 3,15,000 is equal to 1.05:1, that is approximate value. I repeat again, quick ratio in this math, 3,30,000 divided by 3,15,000 is equal to 1.05:1. Dear students, I think you have written your copy, accounting copy, requirement A and B from the question number 2 from your accounting learning workbook. Now I can go to the requirement C for computing net profit ratio and working capital ratio. So you can write it, you can see in the screen, net profit ratio. What is the formula of net profit ratio? From the formulas of ratio analysis, net profit ratio is equal to net profit divided by net sales into 100. Net profit divided by net sales into 100. In this stem, net profit is unavailable, is not available. How to calculate it? Necessary information to be taken for net profit, or calculating net profit. You can see in the necessary information, net profit is equal to sales value into 20 by 120, because net profit 20% on total cost is given an information from the question. So you can calculate it in this way. Net profit is equal to 4,50,000 into 20 divided by 120. That is the amount of net profit is taka 75,000. I repeat again, net profit is taka 75,000 in this math, and net sales of taka 4,50,000. It is given in information. So you can go for computing net profit ratio. Net profit ratio is equal to net profit divided by sales into 100. So 75,000 for net profit divided by 4,50,000 for sales into 100 is equal to 16.67% approximate value. I repeat again, net profit ratio for this math 16.67% approximate value. In this requirement, that is the requirement of C, another calculation is available, that is the compute the working capital ratio. You know, working capital ratio is the current capital ratio. Okay, now you can tell what is the formula of working capital ratio. Working capital ratio is equal to working capital divided by current liabilities. I repeat again, working capital ratio is equal to working capital divided by current liabilities. In this system, working capital is not available, so you have to calculate it at first in necessary information. So necessary information to be taken for computing this one. Working capital. What is working capital? What is current capital? Dear students, working capital is the current capital is equal to current assets minus current liabilities. I repeat again, working capital or current capital is equal to current assets minus current liabilities. In this system, total amount of current assets is 9,30,000 and total amount of current liabilities is 3,15,000. So what working capital is the amount 6,15,000. But from where you can take it? Current assets 9,30,000 and 3,15,000 for current liabilities. Now you can see in the requirement A, current assets is 9,30,000 and current liabilities is 3,15,000. Dear student, just I can help for seeing. Current assets in information 9,30,000, current liabilities is 3,15,000. So this amount is already calculated, so you can take it for the requirement C part 2, that is working capital ratio. So working capital is 6,15,000. Now you can go for computing working capital ratio. Necessary information is available. Working capital is 6,15,000. So working capital 6,15,000 divided by current liabilities 3,15,000. That is also from necessary information. So is equal to 1.95:1. 1.95:1 approximate value. I repeat again, working capital ratio is equal to 6,15,000 divided by 3,15,000 is equal to 1.95:1 approximate value. Dear students, I think you have written in your accounting copy. This is the solution of question number 2, that is creative question number 2 from your accounting learning book from the page number 412. It is necessary to say in this math totally 5 ratios are available. First one, current ratio, that is the formula current assets divided by current liabilities. Second one, stock turnover ratio, that is inventory turnover ratio. This formula is cost of goods sold divided by average stock. Third one, quick ratio or liquid ratio or acid test ratio is equal to quick assets or liquid asset divided by current liabilities. Number 4, net profit ratio. That is the formula is net profit divided by net sales into 100. Number 5, working capital ratio. That is the formula working capital divided by current liabilities. So dear students, I think you have understood the math of ratio exercise number 2. That's all for being today. I think everyone is fine with your parents and family. I am fine also. Allah Hafiz.